I was going through a huge creative burnout, but this camera literally saved me.
When they thought pink polos would hurt the rock before Cam got the shit to pop, the doors closed. I felt like bad boy street team.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Marc, a content creator based in Copenhagen. In this channel, we talk about cameras, how to get better at filmmaking, traveling, and much more. If this is something you like, hit subscribe because I want to reach 5,000 subscribers before the end of summer. In today's video, we're gonna talk about the Ricoh GRIII X HDF and why I'm completely addicted to this camera, and also why I think it is one of the best options for street photography. And to make the video much more interesting, we're gonna be taking some street photography at the same time we talk about the specs of this camera. First, we're gonna talk about its size and portability. This camera is surprisingly small for its quality. And it is actually the only camera that I own that fits on my pocket. That means that I can have it 24/7. Everywhere I go, I have it with me. And there's a very interesting saying that says, the best camera is the one that you always have with you. If you compare it with my main camera, it's night and day. The hassle of taking it out from my backpack, it's making me lose so many opportunities of shooting people in the street, of shooting anything interesting that I see, because with the snap of a finger, you lose the opportunity. But with the Ricoh, I have it always in my pocket to pull it out and take a picture. Next up, we gotta talk about shooting experience. And there's actually a couple things that I like about this camera. First up is the boot up time. The time that the camera takes to turn on is almost nothing. You click the power button and the camera is already running. And this means that the time you take since you see something interesting until you're ready to shoot is minimal. This is key to not miss a single frame while you're shooting street photography. Next, we gotta talk about the autofocus. The autofocus is good for most cases, but if you compare it with the Sony autofocus, which is the autofocus that I'm used to, it's not very good actually. I would say that the camera misfocus around 20% of the times that I shoot a photo, which is not that much, but still, it's not a Sony. Something super important that is not advertised with this camera is that it will boost your creativity. But why will it boost my creativity? Having this camera available 24/7 with this small boot up time will make that every time you see something interesting on the street, you will take it out and take a picture. And if you're familiar with the gym, that's doing reps. And the more reps you do on something, the better you will become. That means that this camera will make you a better photographer throughout taking more pictures. Does it make any sense? Imagine how many times you have lost an opportunity of taking an amazing picture because your main camera was on your backpack. And we all know the hassle of bringing the backpack down, open it up, taking the camera, turn it on, picture. Oh, is this the right lens? With this Ricoh GR3, that's not a problem anymore. I actually would love to create a video about how do I use my Ricoh GRIII X on a street photography, so you can see how nimble, fast and quick I'm able to take these pictures. People don't even notice, people don't even bother, and that's how you get the most natural photos. By the way, if you're liking the content of this video, I think you should follow me on Instagram because you will get a lot of different sneak peeks. I ask about what kind of videos you want next on the channel, and you will be always free to send me a DM and I will always respond. Let's stay connected. I actually forgot to say, but this camera has a macro function. Let's actually try it out. I never try it out because it's so nerd. I see there's like a fly over there. You see? Oh shit, that's sick. I want to show you what I bought. Should we do a quick unboxing? Wow, so small. So small, compact. I love it. This is the new 60mm 1.8 from Sony, and I've been waiting for this lens for almost 3 months. It was in back order. And finally they have called me today to pick it up on the store. Let's try it out. We're gonna swap lenses in 3, 2, 1. How does it look? Should be wider And also the background should be much more out of focus because this is 1.8 and this one that I was using is 2.8. You let me know. Is it better? Is it good? We will continue the video with this one. Next up, we gotta talk about the HDF filter, which is something very interesting from this camera. HDF means highlight diffusion filter, and it's an actual piece of glass that goes on top of the sensor whenever you toggle it on. And what does this filter do? It softens everything, but especially the highlights. And it will give you the same look as a Promise filter. The highlights will become creamier and gloomier. So nice in my opinion. In my case, I always have the HDF filter on because I love how it looks. All the photos you're seeing today are taken with the HDF on, just so you know. I'm actually curious, would you like to try the Ricoh? And if you already did, what are your thoughts on this camera? Let me know in the comments, I'm always reading. Okay, next up, I want to talk about something that I think is very important about this camera, and it is the stealth and the street photography ease of use. And it is because this camera is very small, has silent shutter, it has low profile, because it looks like you're an amateur and you just took a camera for the first time and you're just snapping pictures. But no, you're just snapping banger after banger and nobody knows. It's amazing. When I was in Japan, one of the things that I loved the most is when I was shooting locals, because you could get a little bit closer than with a professional camera and then shoot them without them noticing. And sometimes they notice and they don't even care because it's like, yeah, fine, take a picture of me. But if you go with a bigger setup and a huge lens, then it will be like, all right, step back. Next up, I want to talk about limitations that inspire. This is the first camera that I own that has a fixed lens. And for me, that was something pretty weird because I'm used to changing lenses constantly. Whenever I see something that I like, alright, that's a 24-70, you put it on. Oh no, I think I need a wider lens, 16-35, perfect. But with this camera, you cannot do that anymore. And that's actually something that I love because I don't need to think about what lens should I take, what lens should I pack, when to swap them out. And it's a hassle, it's actually a hassle. And whenever you're limited to only one lens, you need to start thinking about your compositions much better. You need to start using your legs to move out because with a 24-70, you just zoom. You can take 4 or 5 pictures that are completely different from the same thing without moving because you're just zooming in or zooming out. With the Ricoh, since it is a fixed lens, in my case, a 48mm, I think around a 48, then I need to move. Because if it is too close, then I need to go back, or if I am too far away, then I need to get closer. So your composition game will level up. That's why I mean that is limitations that inspire. And I love them. And think about this, it actually deletes analysis paralysis. Whenever you need to shoot something and you start thinking about, alright, I have these 3 lenses that I need to use, which one should I get for shooting this specific moment? But in the other hand, if you only have one, that's the only one you have to shoot with. And then you don't need to think about anything else but composition, exposure, blah, 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 blah. So you take a hassle, you take a problem out of the equation, so the creating gets more smooth. I love it. The good thing about this camera is that it doesn't replace my main setup. They're complementary. Whenever I'm using a professional camera, it's because I need to make money out of it. But whenever I take the Ricoh out, it's because I'm playing. I want to have fun. I don't want to think about anything else but shooting pictures that I love shooting. So for me, Ricoh means fun, means happiness, means not having to fulfill the desires of a company that wants to show something on a certain way. Whenever I grab a Ricoh, I'm shooting for myself because I want to enjoy the process, especially on street photography. To sum up, I would say the Ricoh is not the best camera that I own, but definitely is on my top 2 of cameras that I enjoy using the most. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I have talked during this video. As always, use the comment section. I'm always reading and I will always reply. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the videos of this channel. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. Bye.
Back when they thought pink polos would hurt the rock, before Cam got the shit to pop, the doors closed. I felt like bad boy street team. I couldn't work the locks. Now let's go. take them back to the plan. Me and my mama hopped in that U-Haul van. Any pessimists, I ain't talk to them. Plus I ain't had no phone in my apartment.